Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to improve at video games, specifically Marvel Rivals. So Marvel Rivals recently came out, I believe, 3-4 months ago, and ever since then it basically took the video game world by storm. It actually it's probably still one of the most popular games at the moment, which is kind of surprising because when you think a Marvel game, you wouldn't really think that so many people are playing it. But I think the developers did a really good job at creating a game that is very intro friendly, and even people who aren't, super big fans of Marvel like me, for example, still became attracted to this game. So let's understand a little bit about the game and how we can actually improve. So here's an in-game screenshot of the game itself. At the bottom left, you can see the weapon. At the very bottom middle, you see the health bar. At the bottom right, you have abilities. And then you can see the character. It's third-person view, so you're actually looking at the back. You'd be this character in the center, but the camera angle is a little bit back. And then that little circle in the middle is your crosshair. So I guess the number one thing and the number one tip that I would have is, first of all, understand the character that you're playing. There's 3 different roles in Marvel Rivals, and they can be dumbed down to tank, healer, or damage. So depending on your role, obviously you're going to want to play differently. If you're a healer, you obviously don't want to be going out on the front lines and attacking. By the way, I didn't explain this. It's a 6v6, I guess, how would I explain this? It's a 6v6 simultaneous fight between 2 teams. And you're either pushing it's called a payload. You're like, think of it like pushing a train along, or you're competing to control a little area, kind of like a capture the flag type of deal. And so here you're playing as your character, and as I mentioned, you have abilities at the bottom right. First thing you would want to do, understand what those abilities do. Understand when to use them, in what scenarios they're useful, in what scenarios they're not useful, and just try to master those abilities. This is a lot easier said than done, and it will take a lot of time. Second thing, I think I just mentioned this, but aim. So you can see a little crosshair in the middle. Aim is very important, because if you don't have good aim, you're not going to be able to get kills, and then you're not going to be able to win fights with your team. So practice your aim. You can do this in the actual game itself, or through other applications like Aim Labs. It's like a game where you train your aim literally, and that can help you improve because you can get more kills, and then more kills, obviously, more potentially won fights, which can lead you to more wins. So to summarize basically what I've been saying, obviously be level-headed, right? When you're playing a video game, don't get mad. You're not going to win. Stay calm. It's just a video game, right? Play to improve, not to win. Especially if you're starting out, play the game to improve. You don't want to be playing just to win, because when you're not winning, you're going to get mad. Play each game to learn more. That's what you want to be. You want to be a sponge when you're first playing. Understand your abilities and understand your role, as I mentioned. Just understand what your abilities do, when to use them, when they're useful, when they're not, and then understand your role. Understand what you're supposed to do in a team fight, and try to do that to the best of your ability. Communicate. This is a team-based game, which means that communication is very important. You can communicate with your mic and things like that. And lastly, just have fun, right? It's a game. It's meant to be entertaining. It's meant to be fun. So if you're not having fun, you're just not gonna have a good time, literally, because that's what fun is. But if you're trying to get better, you want to have fun. And so I think that pretty much summarizes how to get better at the game. And yeah.